I mean, it's pretty important.
I am all good. I got it going. Ladies and gentlemen, this is RK Stud, Robin Krotzer, on my birthday, interviewing one of the best independent wrestlers ever, the Bachelor Benjamin Boone.
Oh, I don't know about the best, but thank you for that. I appreciate the warm welcome, and happy birthday to you, Robin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We've been here how many years? Since 16.
Yeah, so 8 years?
Yes. 8 years of watching your matches and booing and sometimes cheering. What was your first memory of wrestling that got you into it?
So my first memory of wrestling actually began when I was, I think, age 2 or 3. I have a memory of watching a Saturday Night's Main Event with my dad and my older brother, and my brother and my dad fell out of wrestling for a little while, and it took until 1998, right after WrestleMania 14, flipping through channels and came across WWF Superstars, and seeing the likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kane, and Undertaker. Once I saw those three, I was hooked. I couldn't miss a Raw. I couldn't miss a SmackDown, Sunday Night Heat. I would flip back and forth between WWF and WCW. We got Kenny Urban over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after just a few years of obsessive watching, even when wrestling wasn't cool, when I graduated high school, I just thought, you know what, this is something I want to do. I want to pursue. It took a couple years, but right in the middle of college, I met a guy by the name of Christian. He had a friend named Eric who would wrestle. He wrestled under the name Hobo Joe, that you might be familiar with.
Hobo Joe, yes.
Yeah. So I met him because all three of us went to the same college, Bowling Green State University, and I went with Eric, Hobo Joe, to Cleveland All Pro, and for the next year and a half, Tuesdays and Fridays, I'd be training over there.
Who was the main trainer for you?
JT Lightning.
Legendary, yeah.
Yep.
Rest in peace.
Yep. Rest in peace. Legendary figure in the independent circuit. And I was one of his last students because maybe a few months after when he was training me, he just decided it wasn't for him anymore. He was burned out, so Johnny Gargano took over. So
that's a name everybody knows.
You can currently see him he was drafted Friday Night SmackDown, so DIY. So I had to remember that for a second. JT Lightning and Johnny Gargano are my trainers, and then a few years later, I did go up to Can-Am to basically, up my game a little bit more, and that was run at the time by John Bolin and Tyson Dukes, and Scott D'Amore would be there quite a bit as well.
Stuff people know. And then we remember you were just big when you first started.
Right.
And then you just slimmed down. How did that happen?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I might balloon up after eating that piece of cake over there. But so when I started wrestling, I was close to about 300 pounds. Well, I mean, I was like maybe 250, 260. At my heaviest, I was about 300.
RK's collection, we've got a couple of you.
Right, yeah, there you go. Just like real life circumstances, poor choices that led me to, pack on the pounds. But just over time and just realizing, man, I don't like how I feel. I don't like how I look. I'm getting winded going up a flight of stairs. Seeing my dad have an emergency triple bypass right before Thanksgiving of 2007. That was a bit of an eye opener for me. And then just in time, I would balloon my weight up and down. But now I'm at a point where I feel good about how I look. I mean, I could always improve, but I'm weighing legitimately 220 pounds now, and I just credit that to just being mindful of what I eat. I'm not eating, copious amounts of fast food every day. Taco Bell is a huge weakness of mine, so I have to keep that in check. Same with pizza. God, I love pizza. Making sure that I track my steps every day and just logging my food. And I credit a gentleman by the name of Zach Hartnell. He's another independent wrestler that helped me with some specialized weightlifting. So I began the year at 240, and I'm, like I said, down to 220 legitimately.
And then, you know, Prime and PWO, they started pushing you more. And then Sons of Anarchy with Nate. How did that come about?
Yeah, so the Sons of Michigan, the Sons of Anarchy was the television show. Oh, well, I mean, hey, it's all
tired,
good.
Wrestling shows all week, birthday.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Well, just because I was brand new and, you know, needed some guidance, Joe Dombrowski at the time was looking in the locker room at PWO Prime Wrestling of who he could pair me up with. And, you know, he thought Nate Matson would be a good fit for me. And yeah, I mean, that was a legit mentorship. I mean, I would ask him questions constantly. I learned psychology and just how to work with him on the road. We were on the road together quite a bit. 'Cause man, nothing's like, you know, you're young, learning, but you're also wrestling on television too. Doesn't matter if it's WWE, if it's TNA, AEW, or, you know, PWO Prime. Learning on the go and learning how to wrestle for television, it's doubly hard. So, I mean, I really credit Nate a lot for being under his tutelage and wanting to have me learn as well. I mean, like the Sons of Michigan, we had a really good run in many different promotions. Won a lot of tag team championships, but it also created a lifelong friendship between Nate and I.
It did, and you were pushed to the moon in PWO and Prime, and I.
All right, we'll see you, man. Yes.
And okay, now we're going to get into some controversial stuff. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. There was years ago, well, not so long ago, a show called Powerbomb up in Toledo.
Sure.
And one of the ones that I just recently went through on my memories is you were assigned, you decided to take the booking as an extra for WWE. Mm-hmm. A lot of you guys did.
Right.
And Norm threw a hissy fit.
Sure.
And
I understand. So, I mean, and I know where you're getting at with that. And I understand, you know, Norm's position because, you know, he does schedule out, you know, dates in advance. However, when WWE contacts you, you know, for an opportunity, I mean, I do contact the promoters just to let them know, hey, listen, it's the WWE. Do you mind if I go ahead and do this? You seem fine with it. You know, it's in the past, quite frankly. And I think that he's learned from it as well. I'd like to think he has as well. But I don't know, man. You know, just. Well, and what you're talking about in reference was that Powerbomb was running a show. It was after Christmas.
Yeah. And the show was up at Cobo Hall, or
it was at the Little Caesars Arena. I think
Little Caesars, yeah, one of the two.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was just in close proximity. So again, it's whatever, man.
And
it was a long time ago.
I saw it as a hissy fit on his part. You guys, I kind of sided with you guys because you guys, hey, WWE called.
Sure.
It's opportunity.
Yeah, it's an opportunity. So, and you know, I found in my experience that, you know, promoters, when an independent wrestler gets an opportunity, please, by all means. So, but like I said, you know, Norm and we've communicated about it. You know, so I mean, it's cool. It's fine.
Water under the bridge for you guys. Thank you. Now, since we've gone through that, and you're my favorite extra on WWE TV when you're in the area. Every time you're in the area,
sure,
you got to look for your security guards. You play an EMT. You've done a whole lot.
Sure.
How do you get to do stuff like that?
Jack of all trades, I guess. You know, you could say with that. So, well, I mean, it began. I would say 2010. I did a tryout. Take it easy. I did a tryout. We'll see you later, man. I'll be in touch with you. I did a tryout / seminar in OVW. This was in 2010, and I mean it was a good recruitment opportunity for WWE to scope out independent wrestlers and all that. And you know I would do what some might call extra work here and there, but probably within the past few years. I would like to think that I've had more opportunities there. I really credit Rhino first and foremost when he was working there. He really vouched for me, you know, and allowed me to ride with him, even on times where like I wasn't officially, you know, on the payroll for the day. You know, they allowed me to be there and allowed to network and just make good relationships, not just with the talent, but the entire crew. I mean, the WWE crew, it's huge, but at the same time, a lot of them, they've been there for many, many years. In some cases, decades. So, I mean, it's everybody that steers the ship. It's not one person, it's everybody. And the WWE is such a well-oiled machine that, you know, let's say if somebody was out or hurt or injured, or if there were any changes and all that, they have backup plans of all backup plans. So, but yeah, I mean, that's, you know, I know that's kind of like a roundabout way of answering your question. But in a way, you know, I really credit, you know, Rhino for getting my foot in the door and then just doing what I can to keep it there.
Well, we certainly enjoy watching you being extra and getting your butt whooped on TV in some way.
Hang on now. So, I mean, the man, one of the best days of my life was eating KFC on a PLE, which is great.
It was.
So, one of the best days of my life.
And you are also a realtor in real life.
Yes, I am. Here, you can zoom in on my business card here. So, I operate in the Northwest Ohio area. I do work in Fremont as well. I've helped people in the Fremont area here, so I'll flash the card one more time. So that's my contact info. Screenshot it. If you need to buy or sell, I'm your guy.
I will kind of take that because we are pre-approved for a mortgage loan. So
beautiful. I got you, man. I got you.
We might. There you go.
Hell yeah.
And what does the future hold for Mr. Benjamin Boone?
Well, just won the LPW Tag Team Championships tonight, so alongside Tim Warner Jr. So I mean, defending these June 15th, and then you know, just keeping busy on the independent circuit, you know, and slinging houses left and right, I guess. So you never know where I may show up. Also.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you, sir.